Hey everybody, just going to catch y'all up on some things with Pop. Pop will be going to Dallas tomorrow, Monday, with my dad and my grandmother, and he will be going to Baylor Medical Center for a procedure to hopefully help him with a condition Pop has had called achalasia. And he's had this procedure done about 10, 12 years ago. So we're having to revisit it because he's having issues once again. Basically, what achalasia is, it occurs when the nerves in the esophagus become damaged. As a result, the esophagus becomes paralyzed and dilated over time and eventually loses the ability to squeeze food down into the stomach. So that's what we're looking at. We've had to put Pop somewhat on a liquid diet the past few weeks just because we've been trying to get all the consultations done, the doctor visits, the setups. You know, with COVID spiking again in a lot of the hospitals, it's been a little tough to get him in and out to where he needs to go. And we understand that a lot of the nurses and doctors and staff handling the COVID stuff has kind of pushed back some other procedures. But now we're here, we're able to get him in. Basically what achalasia is, picture it like a tube sock. You stretch it all the way out, and then after you let it go, it kind of just gives you that little wavy, fried bacon look. When Pop swallows solids, that food just goes like this right here, all the way down, and basically doesn't make it down to the stomach. It just gets lodged down at the bottom of the esophagus. This is basically what it is. It might be backwards on the camera screen. I'll try to fix that. But this is a normal. You can see where the food can just travel all the way down the esophagus into the stomach. This is Pop's. Looks like a snake. So when Pop eats, that food it goes from one side to the other, and just basically stops right here and doesn't allow it to pass to the stomach. So they will be doing a balloon procedure that he's had in the past, and it was very successful, and he was like a completely different Pop once he had it done, from what I remember 10, 12 years ago. But basically, this is what it is. They will be putting the balloon down the esophagus right before it meets the stomach, and then they will be blowing that balloon up and then expanding the base of the esophagus, leading it to the stomach, which hopefully will allow food to pass through it, and he won't have any more regurgitation issues or anything like that. Because when he does that acidity from the stomach comes up through the esophagus, and of course, you know how that can damage the esophagus over time. But it's a rare condition that he has. He doesn't complain about it, but Pop is one of these type of people. If something's wrong with him, he doesn't tell anybody. We just end up finding out. So we don't know how long Pop has had these regurgitation spells, because when I'd take him out to eat, he'd eat, and then he'd go sit on the front porch. Well, what he does on the front porch, or in his spare time in the backyard or all that, if he is throwing up or something like that, he never tells us. So one day we luckily caught him, throwing up. We were wondering what was going on, and it was just because of eating like a hot dog or something like that. So that alerted my grandmother, and she knew exactly what was going on. So luckily she found it when she did. Pop can be a little stubborn. He doesn't like hospitals, but he just has to understand this is for his own well-being. He knows he's got to go. When I took him riding around today, I said, well, Pop, this is our last ride around before you have to go to the doctor to have your procedure done at Baylor Medical. And he was adamant on saying, I'm not going. I'm not having any procedure done. Little does he know he's going. Kicking and screaming, he is going for the better of his health. And I'm sure for Nan's mental health, because she doesn't, that's a difficult thing to stand by and watch your significant other, your husband, have to go through that. And Nan's been through a lot of emotional and physical stuff herself in the last few years. So we're trying to get Pop on the up and up. But he will be going to Baylor Medical tomorrow. Tomorrow will basically be the consultations, the meeting of the staff, all that kind of stuff, basically going over the paperwork, and they got to do the COVID test and all that kind of stuff before you go into the hospital. And they got to get him to the room, let him get acclimated to that temperature. They always keep it cold in the hospital, so he may not like that, but we got his little fuzzy slippers. We got him some basically night clothes. He usually just goes to bed with a t-shirt and boxers, but we're going to get him some basically like a onesie type thing that he can wear. Nan's going to be staying in the hospital with him, so that'll be good. They only allow one family member to stay in there, so luckily we have Nan to be there. Billy will be close by in case anything happens. I wish I could go, but I gotta get Connor to school, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Normally my mother would come down, but she had foot surgery and she can't drive, and she lives in Tyler, so I'll be taking Connor to school and taking care of him while Pop and Nan and my father are in Dallas. But I would say nothing to worry about. Pop's in good spirits. Baylor medical staff, they're great. They're unbelievable. MD Anderson down in Houston, Baylor Medical Center in Dallas, they're world renowned on the procedures that they do, and they have very respected staff, doctors, nurses, everybody. But we will see where it goes from here. Pop will be going, like I said, Monday. He'll stay Tuesday. The procedure's Wednesday. They may let him out Wednesday, but they may keep him through Thursday just to make sure, because of his age and everything. And I'm sure with a nutrition deficiency right now, with having to put him on the IVs, they're probably going to want to monitor him before discharging him too early. But the good thing about this is he'll be able to eat solid foods again. And the crazy thing, this crept up on him so quick. It was so quick that we didn't even notice until my grandmother saw it, and she called me and asked me about it. And I'm like, I've never seen him, throw up or anything like that or regurgitate any food. But, this is just something that I'm glad that we caught it. He'll be fine. He's going to be fine. The doctors are going to do the right thing to get him through it. So we'll have him back in the saddle in no time. And, family, just taking care of family. It's just it's a difficult time to be going through all this with all the COVID stuff going on. But luckily, Pops, he's vaccinated, so he's going in, and he'll be in good hands. So, just keeping everybody updated. It's I don't enjoy making these videos to where we're we don't know how the outcome's going to be, but I do know that he's going to be in good hands with the extraordinary medical staff that they have there. This is one of the few places in the state that they're able to perform these surgeries, and we know they'll do a good job, and Pop will be back in better spirits. I told my grandmother, I said, if they got better food there in Dallas than what we have here in Longview, I said, you might as well make it a treat, even if it's a liquid diet that he has to stay on. But hopefully when we get him back, he'll be in better spirits and he'll rapidly gain his weight back. Because with winter weather coming, Pop tends to eat a lot more, so we want to make sure that he gains those added pounds back, and that he gets rejuvenated and regains his nutritional strength. But that's really it. I would say nothing to worry about. We're positive. We think everything's going to go all right, and we'll keep you posted. We'll try to keep you posted every step of the way. That's really it. Just pray for Pop. Pray for Nan. Make sure everything's okay. Make sure they have a safe trip there. And I know that we will we'll be ready to get him back and in better spirits. And like I said, his throat's going to be sore for a while, so it might be hard for him to talk. But once he's able to talk and eat, you're going to see a whole different Pop, and we can't wait to get him back. Y'all take care.